Hey everyone, it's Sons and Mothers. Here I am today in Good Springs showing you how to play Caravan. Now, first off, once you get out of Doc Mitchell's house, you got to talk to Sunny Smiles. Very beginning of the game, first thing you do. Because this is what you need to do to activate a quest to get to Ringo. Now, while I'm doing this, you guys need to know this is you can acquire Caravan cards, by the way, by buying them, but getting the deck itself first is much easier. So this is not an in-depth guide to Caravan. This is not. This isn't going to make you a god at Caravan. Uh, I'm not a god. I understand the game, but I'm not very. I'm not very good at it. Like, I'm not the best in the world. I'm not. But this little thing that I do really helps. So once you're done with her quest, it doesn't matter how many you do. She wants you to talk to Trudy. And then this guy's in here, and he wants you, yeah, and you talk to her, and she's like, you need to, like, what's going on? Oh, well, accidentally did the wrong tree line. But you need to figure out where Ringo is, and then Ghost Town Gunfight. Okay, Ringo has a Caravan deck. You can either kill him, you might be able to pickpocket off of him, I don't know, I'm not going to try it. I mean, I'll show you what happens, but I won't actually pickpocket him. But he asks you if you want to play Caravan. You ask him the rules, and he hands you a deck. Now, okay, this is what I use to play Caravan, and it might not be the best way. It may not, like, there's probably a bunch of other strategies out there, but this is pretty good. Now, first off, I'm going to play Ringo a few games. You can play Ringo as many times as you want. I don't have any map markers, but down here in the Mojave Outpost, there's this girl that looks like a man, and you can play Caravan with her as many times as possible. These are the people I recommend. I recommend playing against her and in Novak somewhere over here. I don't remember where. Maybe it's over. I don't know. In Novak, there's No Bark. You can play No Bark as many times as you want, and he's actually really easy catch. So this is what I do. Hey.
That's close enough.
So, you ask him the rules of Caravan, and he hands you a deck. So, we're going to play right now. And first off, you're here. This is where you make your bets. Now, auto-matching his bet is always good, and then you can raise his bet by, I think it's about 50% of what they are. I'm not going to lose my cap, so I just do that anyways. And his bet, as you can see, was raised a little bit. It's good if you give it to, like, that woman in the Mojave Outpost, because you could buy stuff from her, and then you can, like, get your caps back and you get free stuff. So this is where you pick your deck. You can randomize your deck. You can do whatever you want. This is how I build my deck. You need at least 30 cards in your Caravan deck. So you use your arrow keys to navigate which cards you want in your decks. Now what I do, I put sixes, so I add all of my sixes, sevens, eights, I don't add nines, tens, jacks, queens, kings, and the two. Oh, I have three. Oh, yeah, and the jokers. So then I have my 30 cards, so I'm allowed to use it, and I hit F to play Caravan. Now I'm going to play about 3 matches, because I think that's what you need to get something. You get some challenge done. So first off, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to. You want to get these. There are 3 caravans. You got Dayglow, New Reno, and the hub. So you want to get yours between 21 and 26. That's what you want to get. You don't want any lower. You don't want any higher. To win, let's put these in groups. Boneyard and Dayglow. Like, this is one group. This is another group. And this is another group. Left, right, and middle. You need all 3 groups need to be in between 21 to 26 for the game to end. And you want 3 out of 3 or 2 out of those 3. So first off, you need, when the game starts, you can only place number cards. So I'm going to place my 8s because I like my 8s a lot. Remember, this isn't the best deck. This is just what I use, and it's never failed me. So I'm going to play my 8s and 7s. So now the game is in session. So what he has done right here, suits don't really matter right now. What he has done right here, he has placed a 9 on an 8. A 9 is higher than an 8, so now if he wants to place another card here, he needs to place, it has to be higher than a 9. So the only card he can place here is a 10. Unless it's a heart. If he plays another heart, because this 9's a heart, then he can place any card. But let's say if he places a 6 of hearts, it goes down. Now, you may need to just rewind that, listen to that again, because I mean that's basically it when you're playing number cards. So right now, I'm gonna place a 6 on this 8. Now they're the same suit, but they don't need to be the same suit. So I'm just gonna place it there because why I'm doing that. See, he placed an 8 of hearts, so now he's in between 25. So this one's done. So he's beating me on this one. If I were to want to beat him on this one, I would need a 25 to even it out, 26 to beat him, or I need to make his higher or lower. You can make his higher by placing face cards. You can't place a number card in someone else's caravan. So a king card, what a king does is it doubles the value. And what a jack does is it removes the enemy's card. So I could place a jack on any of his cards and it would remove it. But right now, since I only need 2 out of 3 and he's already got one done, I'm just going to worry about my one on the left because I'm pretty certain I can get my one in the middle, and if all else goes wrong, I can mess up his one on the right to ruin it. So I'm going to add a king to my 8. Now I have 22. So now it's kind of a race to see who can get the middle one. If he has a king, he can win. Okay, because if he has a king, he can place a king on his 9. That'll double it. That'll get his to 21. He would win. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to take my chances. So right now, I am going to remove his 9. And he has another one. Great. So it's not going in my favor. I'm going to double the value of this 9. That way, that one's overboard. Doesn't matter who takes the middle one now, because that one's overboard. So right now, I can add my 7. Now, since I placed a 7 on an 8, I need to place something lower than a 7, because a 7 is lower than an 8. So I'm going to place a 6 here. And now, we've got these two filled out. All right, I don't know what he's doing over here, but we've got these two filled out. Now, right over here, I can win this right now. Like, I can win this in about 2 turns. But this is the Joker. What it does is it removes all of the same cards. So if I place it on a 7, it removes all 7s. If I place it on a 6, it removes all 6. The exception is if you play it on an ace. If you play it on an ace of spades, all spades are gone. You play it on, ace of diamonds, all diamonds are gone. Yada, yada, yada. Jokers they can be useful, but they cannot. I only play with 6, 7, 8s, and 10s. So I can place it on a lot, like I could place it on his 9s, which can be pretty drastic. I don't think it removes the card that I'm gonna try something out. I'm gonna see if I can win this by messing with his deck. Let's see what happens if I place it on his 9. Let's see what it does. Okay, yeah, see, it got rid of his 9. Oh no! Well, actually, I can get this to 26 right now, which will make it the highest. Oh, yeah, here, I win. Because we've got a 23 and a 21, and this one's about to be a 26. And then since I will beat 2 out of the 3, I will win. There you go. So I'm going to play another round, see if anything else happens. That might have been a bit confusing. I've played, I'm telling you, if you use this deck and you do what I do, it's really, you don't have to redo your deck after you do it. Adding, it just gets easier the more you play it. So right now, we have to place our number cards. You can only place number cards. If you don't have a number card, you keep discarding until you get a number card. So that's why face cards are good, but they're not always good. So now the game's really in session, and he's deciding to be a little prick. So I'm not going to worry about that one yet. Now I'm going to worry about that one. So he's got his all the way up there, and he's like, he has his on 25, so I need a 26 to beat it. I don't need to beat that one because I'm working on 2 others, and you only need to beat 2 out of 3. You don't need to beat 3 out of the 3. So right now I'm going to do something with the queen. I'm going to show you how the queen works. Now how the queen works is it reverses your play. So I'm going to use it right here. A 7 is lower than an 8. Okay, but if I so I have to place a lower card every time. But if I place a queen, now I have to play a higher card. Now I can play a higher card every time, or a same suite. So now I can play this 10. Also, it works for same suit. So if I did that and then I suddenly got a 6 of spades and I wanted to play that instead of this 10, I could still play that because of the queens of spades. So right now, I can play that. I win. That's it. That's all you got to do. We're wearing the same clothes. So I'm going to play one more round. It's a little confusing. Like I told you, this isn't the greatest Caravan guide ever. There's some people I'd stay away from. I'd stay away from, what was his name? Cocker? I don't know. Stay away from him. He's pretty good. I mean, you can do him after you've had some experience, but he's really easy, at least in the beginning. So right now I'm placing an 8 there because that's low. Place a 7 here. I want to save my 10. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. I just like saving it for myself. Like there, my 8's gone. So I'm like, oh, I've got a 10 to fall back on. So I see he's working on his one on the right. So I'm going to work on this one on the left. So right now what I can do is I'm doubling this. So that's at 26. I've got this one filled out. He's got his. Doesn't matter. I'm about to get this one done. That's how easy it is to play Caravan. Look, got that achievement. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. I don't know if I explained it well enough. You can read the directions. Just use this deck and try to get yours between. I'm going to play one more round for you guys. Play 1 or 2 more rounds.
What is it?
And I'm going to tell you everything that's going through my mind as I'm playing, so you can understand what I'm doing. First off, understand that I'm just trying to get at least 2 out of the 3 decks between 21 and 26, okay? 21 to 26. Right now, he's got a 9 on the boneyard. So I don't know if he's going to go for that one, but 9's pretty high, so the AI may go for that one. So I'm going to place a 6 because a 6 is pretty low. It's not one of my high value cards. An 8's pretty average, so I'd match an 8. It doesn't really matter in the beginning. I mean, you can just do what you want. Now he's got a 6 over there. Probably not going to work on that 6, although what I can remember is that he usually starts off with a jack. So I'm going to place a decoy card right there. And it didn't matter. So he's working on the boneyard. That's great. I'm going to start working on the hub. I know he usually plays at least 1 jack. Kind of like when you play Pokemon, someone like, you know that the Elite Four, he's going to use like 2 full restores. I know he's going to play 1 jack sometime in the game. I don't want to use my 10 yet until I'm absolutely sure. So while he's working on the boneyard, I'm going to work on the hub. I've got this at 22. He's got his at 26. That's cool for him. Right now, I only need 2 moves to win. So I'm going to put this 10 on this 8, get me at 18. And then I'm going to double my 8 to get me at 26. And I win, because I got 2 out of the 3. That was weird. Something just 8. Like, there's not much. There's really nothing that complicated about Caravan. If you use my deck, you'll be sure it's really simple. There's not a lot of cars. There's not a lot of strategy. You just That's it. That's all there is to Caravan. Just play Ringo 3 times and you're done. And then you can practice and then you can get better. It's okay if you lose. Just try again. That's it. So I hope you'd enjoy and don't be scared to play Caravan. It's not that difficult.